good evening, everyone, and welcome to another Monday night here at Proficiency Bonus. My name is Matthew, your Dungeon Master for this evening. I do apologize for us running behind a little this evening. That is 100% on me, but we are here now. So before you jump into what happened last time, a couple of quick shout-outs. I want to say thanks to our friends at Little Dragon Corp. You can put ! Little Dragon into the chat box. Give you a link to their website. Don't forget to use the discount code PROBONUS. Get 10% off your order. They sell all manner of our fun little math rocks here. Definitely go, and other things, so definitely go check them out. Then we have Cardboard Castle Games based out of Evans, Georgia. If you happen to be local or in the area, swing by them. Let them know that you heard about them through Proficiency Bonus. And if you're in their brick and mortar location and tell them that, you'll get 10% off your purchase in store. So definitely check them both out. It is !CCG in the chat for Cardboard Castle. So, yeah. With that being said, we're going to jump headfirst into what has been going on. Our party, through their mysterious benefactor, malefactor, jury is out on this one, had been sent to Orlumber. Upon arrival, they found that the city had been overrun with... Well, at first they ran into a seemingly young girl, seemed like some minor demonic presence. Come to run into demons and fae and celestials and all manner of different fun on this island so far. They have dealt with the cause of said infestation. Unbeknownst to the party, known to the party, but they haven't run into them yet, they have had some allies helping them out during this, where they have heard some sounds of battle at other points, but eventually have made their way back down towards the docks. Into an inn, strangely, which was open, as most places during this trying time for the city have been locked down. Upon entering, they saw some very interesting-looking individuals. One with long, dark hair, half the face tattooed. Murdoch struck up a conversation in passing with this individual about their funeral home. There was an older gentleman off to the side wearing a hood that this tattooed individual kept referring to as Old One Eye. Mentioned where they were from, and then the party proceeded to sort of regather at a table, enjoying some well-deserved beverages after all of the demon and other creature slaying that they have been dealing with. And as they're sitting there drinking, a few members of the party recognized a very interesting looking Aarakocra exiting from the kitchen back out into the area as Rian, the proprietor of the Flying Pelican, where so many of you had met all those months ago in the Moonshay Isles. This is a substantial distance away. But... and so the story is yours. Furia, Artemis, and Lydia. All three of you recognize this individual.
Random? Don't you think a little out of place? Maybe? Should we say hi?
You recognize. That's what I'm seeing, right?
Right.
Okay, I just thought I was just not in a dream thing again, with what happened with Sarah.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Does the inside look as I remember it, or is it just bird?
Go ahead and make either, we'll call this intelligence or history. Because technically it's your history, so.
17.
Yeah, it looks almost identical.
Yeah, it's our haunt, so to speak.
It's a long way from when we first managed to find our way in here.
It does move though. It has
Well,
a
I mean, I'm assuming it flies,
yes, this is true.
In and
since
out of
it's now here and it was over there.
Does it look built into the place, or like the landscape, or does it look like it was like kind of patched on?
As you walked in, you're not remembering what you saw.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you remember seeing the front side of a bar, you remember walking in, but you're a little hazy on the specifics.
Oh, okay. Right. Don't know that being so, but maybe we're not in Kansas anymore.
Where's Kansas?
No, not here.
I've heard of Arkansas.
I had an old case a really long time ago concerning Kansas and a tornado. It was very annoying to deal with.
Well, this is the Flying Pelican, apparently. We could say hi. For everybody else, this is the inn where most of us met for the first time.
I'm gonna
We became
stand up at the
pirates?
table.
Oh. And it moves, you said, so it wasn't here that you, I mean,
It was in the
this
Moonshay
city?
Isles when
Much
we first
farther
boarded
away.
it.
Much farther away.
I
Well,
mean, it's not the strangest thing we've encountered.
We're not.
That is true.
In the dream, it was most definitely like a moving building. Does it actually do that? I thought that was maybe just a dream thing.
I mean, it was there, and now it's here, and it has flying in the name. Does it really matter?
It's just very serendipitous, and I do not believe in serendipity most of the time.
I
I'm-
thought you
I'm
were gonna
not
say it
dreaming.
was very sus.
That is a...
Did anyone else touch an orb?
I would prefer this.
No, I'm pretty sure we're here for real.
Oh, okay.
aside from the 2 that I have on my person at all times, no.
Well,
I'll have to check on that.
I mean, the same person is here. We could just ask them
Alright.
if you're really curious. They were there back in the Moonshay Isles.
Is the puppeteer back behind the bar, or did they walk somewhere else?
Nope, just came out from the kitchen, is now back, has their back turned to you at the moment, just seems to be fitzing with bottles and things, just basic care.
Okay. I'll kind of stand up and wave and walk over and be like, "Hi, friend. We met. 3 of us met at your inn, and it was farther away than this. I believe it was in the Moonshine Isles, and we're just curious. When did you get here?"
As you say, it turns around and you watch as much as a bird's beak can split into a grin. It's like, oh yes, the crew looking for people. I do vaguely remember the it sort of glances over at the table. I remember that little one, but did that little... Is that the little girl that was with you?
No, different.
She got
Girl.
old.
Yeah. No. We're a motley crew, and we've met a couple more along the way and lost a few, but yeah, some of us still are together.
What brings you back to my haunt?
We were looking for some good drinks and some information, perhaps.
Yes, I heard. Well, I'm assuming that young woman sitting over there who is speaking with my friend Saul here is with you, given they are sitting with you, or well, your group.
Yep. That they
So-
are.
It would seem you have found the information you were seeking, or are you still seeking more?
Did we find all the information we were seeking? I forget.
Lydia, we're
Yeah.
always good to have questions. It's like never ending.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
I mean, I am curious. Hello. It's been a while. When did you get here? Seems to be some interesting goings on here.
It sort of looks over at the group. You, here is such a relative phrase. Where am I at this point again?
I'm
Where
sorry,
are we?
where or when?
Yes, exactly.
Both where and when.
Both.
Oh, dear.
Ooh. I know one more of those questions a little bit easier than the other. Me, Para, does not. Let me.
Oh.
Where are we again? I forget.
Or lumber.
Or lumber.
Or lumber.
Okay. Oh, gosh. Okay. Well, we're in Orlumber, and there's some beasties roaming around, and
Oh, yes, I did hear about that. Dreadful for business, but
perhaps, yes.
it seems to be picking up here. I've got these few gentlemen and fascinating little one, much like yourself, I believe, by the name of Noel, who drops by every once in a while and gives me updates on things.
Drops by here.
Yes, he seems to just wander in occasionally and
No. Interesting.
prophetic warnings and
Ah!
all manner of entertainment from him. Such a interesting little.
We haven't heard that name, have we?
No, you have probably not heard that name.
I don't think so.
No. Interesting. The business of prophecies might be something to.
That perhaps
check
prophecy's a bit strong. It's usually sharing about goings on in his organization's attempts to stop it, things of that.
Oh, what kind of organization might that be?
What the tall one said.
Takes out, pulls out a little scrap of like parchment or napkin and draws a. Basically, it looks like an upside down kite. So a short V and then the long point coming up, and then what looks to be almost like dragon's horns in the middle of it coming down.
Fancy.
Copy image. Forgive me, our viewers at home. This is going to go a little wonky for a second. See if that is going to... Yeah, that'll paste. There is the image, folks.
Oh, cool.
Such an entertaining little one, and attempting to squirrel away information and magics. I seem so
did he
concerned
war-
about those things.
Sorry. Did he warn you about anything here?
No, he was here shortly after. I'm assuming now the group he spoke of was probably you. Had started dealing with things, although he did reference a what do they call called? I never remember those little... He leans forward a little bit. You know, the little scaly ones. Not big like her.
The
Lizards?
kobolds?
That's it, kobold, yes.
Ted.
I did hear that there was a kobold among them that was running rampant in the city, but... Yes, no, last warnings he gave was some sort of battle out at Waterdeep, but...
I mean, it's possible.
Somebody by the name of Grief.
Okay.
A few moments goes by while you're talking, and the old man, who's still, sort of hunched over the bar, his hood is still pulled up, looks over at Saul and starts grumbling, not really saying anything, just sort of almost growling and making noise. You can see Saul gets up, walks over to him, sort of puts his arm around him a little bit. And the young woman you had originally dealt with when you walked in sort of comes over to the two of them and gives them both another drink. And seems to be Saul's trying to do something with this older gentleman.
I'll turn to Viria and be like, and they said that they were from Niflheim?
I mean, that's what he said.
DM, would I know about Niflheim?
Very inebriated at the moment.
Okay.
Go ahead and make a religion check.
Okay. So I know limited stuff about my god, but I don't know a lot of stuff. 19.
So yes, you would have heard that phrase before.
Okay. Alright.
And it would have been something, as you're sort of trying to think back into it, that this is basically the human settlement that found you and brought you in and educated you and brought you into the teaching of Njord. Mm-hmm. Had spoken of this realm of Niflheim as being one of these 9 sort of elemental primordial worlds or planes.
Okay. Well, that's big for me to realize in that second there. Burdock.
Yes.
I think when they said that Saul and his friends were from somewhere else, might be from a different plane.
Lydia?
Most likely.
Yes.
Lydia, why is this big news?
'Cause it's like with my deity and stuff, and I don't know much about him, but do know some stuff. So I wonder if he knows. They know Njord and stuff like that. I don't know. It's just a lot to take in.
Oh, I did not.
Pelican and
with your deed. Could that be where you're from then? Do you want to ask them about Njord?
sort of, but I'm sort of scared. Not gonna lie.
I
What
mean,
are
they're
you
slightly
doing?
inebriated. You can dodge a couple drunken punches.
I mean, it's just a question, right? I mean, can't hurt to ask.
I'm just thinking worst case scenario.
Okay,
I mean, if it comes to that, we're ready, I think.
alright. So I'll saunter up to Saul and go over and say, "Oh, pardon!
And he looks over, yes. Picks up his glass and again takes a long pull of his honey wine.
Do you have a moment to talk about our Njord and Savior?"
Okay, guys, roll for initiative.
That was a pretty good opening, though.
That was
What-
great.
What's your passive insight, Lydia?
Oh, 15.
Oh, okay.
Oh, what's your armor class?
Saul doesn't really seem to react. Just sort of turns and cocks his head at you a little bit. You do notice the old man who's hunched over tenses. Like his entire body just sort of tenses up a little bit. Saul looks over at you. Not often we hear one of you bringing up his name.
Yeah, haven't heard much of him about, but I try to proclaim the word when I can, and I'll pull my medallion out and such back.
Sort of squints at you. How do you know of?
Well, you see, that's a story from when I was way young, and I was left in a cave by some people, and I was found by a group of other people, and they taught me to worship Njord, and that's all I know, pretty much. Just the seafaring stuff, pretty much.
So you were raised among us.
People? Yes.
Where are they now?
They're back where I left them. If I know the island. The DM told me where I'm from. All those years ago. Oh dear.
So, as you're talking, I didn't think we were going this direction. It seems like I
Me
have it
neither.
right in front of me.
Okay.
So basically, as you explain where,
Yeah.
that's where you met Captain Breslin was
Right.
and that. So, as it takes you a few minutes to try to sort of explain and give general directions, as they seem unfamiliar with you, and he seems unfamiliar with a lot of the more known areas around here.
Okay.
You definitely see as you're giving him this information, a certain pep. He seems to be excited about something.
That's always good. Never bad.
Means we might be able to get home.
Oh. 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 Yes. If I can help you with that, I will try, but I don't think I can. But you're trying to go to Niflheim, is that it?
One of us is, at least. Sort of puts his arm around the old gentleman again.
Hello, friend, and who are you exactly?
He just sort of turns straight again as he turns and looks at you. You can see it just turns, and one of his eyes is just vacant, just an empty socket. As he turns and looks at you. John. And then goes back to his drink.
Was that Jan or John?
John.
Jan! Jan. I guess. Jan.
And Saul sort of looks up at you. Forgive him. He's a little bit to drink.
Okay. Yeah. Gotcha. Well, fascinating tale that we have crossed paths in this strange bar to do business, and I'm not good at talking to strangers.
That's probably why I haven't heard much about Njord from anyone. Should work on that.
I will start telling more people about Arnyord. And well, thank you for your input. I hope you get home. And I'm gonna go sit down again.
Gives a little nod and goes back to his drink.
I'll go like, just like this, like back to my party, like eyes wide and shaking, like they know about Nord and they're trying to go back to where he's from.
All right, that's good. You did good.
I sure showed them some politeness.
You did. I'm proud of you.
Thank you, Murdoch. Oh, oof, it's so hard talking to strangers. I don't know how you do it all the time. Oh,
I'm gonna like pat Lydia's arm gently.
oh, thank you. It's so hard for me to go up and talk to. Yeah.
Do it because it's the only thing I'm really good at.
So did it clear anything up? Or...
No, they're just trying to
Oh.
get back there.
I mean, did you ask any of the questions that you've been having?
No, I forgot all about that too. I'm really bad on the spot. Perhaps I should write down a list and just take it wherever I go or something.
You know, it sounds silly, but actually, maybe you should write down a list of things that you want to know.
Probably.
Why don't you do that?
All right, Sarah will do that now.
I pull out pen and paper.
There we go. Okay.
This is all very interesting, but where does it leave us and what we're doing right now?
Right now, things seem stable, and I'm
There
waiting.
was one discrepancy in Saul's story.
The number of bodies. Dylan forgot that from last time.
Oh,
but
yes.
Yes, he said that there were only 2 that he was preparing, and there were 3. So perhaps maybe we need to get a closer look at one of those.
Yeah, I think so. I don't want to disturb anything, but he's apparently excited that his business will be booming, so I doubt he'll miss 3 bodies. I mean, the families might, but...
I mean,
Why
if
don't
we can
we ask-
identify the odd one out,
Why don't I do that?
but we'll see. But so should we? He said that the information would be in the
Ledgers.
ledgers, which we know are still there. So we could double back there real quick. We can double check it with the ledgers and see if we can figure out which body is the odd one out.
Right, and I mean, he's been drinking, so maybe he just got the number wrong and barking up the wrong tree. But I would rather go back and check now that we know that there's a hint of something must not be right.
You would not imagine the amount of cases that I've won on the ramblings of someone who had a little bit too much to drink. Some people just say everything. It's worse when you're a defense attorney, to be entirely honest. Is there any other business that we have here at the old Pelican? Or shall we get moving? Besides the fact that actually we do have... Everyone can have, I think, what was it, 2 or 3 drinks?
Oh, heck yeah.
Sweet honey wine, I
In
believe.
moderation.
I
Other
don't
than
mind
that,
giving this place a tip, but
I think there was even still a silver tip left off. I think it was like a couple. It was something like that.
Yeah. You guys definitely overpaid a little bit, so.
Well, I'm good to go. If someone wants to nurse their drinks for a few more minutes and then go, I suppose that's fine. Anyone else? Going once.
Yeah,
Going
I'm ready.
twice. All right.
Okay, we're good. We're good to go.
You're gonna keep it all down.
Yep.
All right. Okay, let's go back to the funeral
Burns.
house. Funeral home.
All right.
Because I realize we came up from the inside, so we probably unlocked it and then just left his place unlocked.
There's more bodies. No.
And worm remnants.
Oh, yeah.
The thing is, I want there to just be the same amount of bodies, but which is worse, less bodies or more
Or more.
bodies? On a scale of worm to Fabio, how bad?
That's such a good measurement tool.
It's not gonna go away.
It stays for the rest of the campaign. But yeah, we'll go back there.
Okay. So, on your way back, all of you go ahead and make perception checks for me.
We die.
No, fireball.
Perceive this fireball coming straight for you.
Dirty 20.
Okay.
3.
9.
7.
Oh boy.
22.
There we go.
Okay. And Art, what did you have?
15.
Okay. So for everyone, you start hearing a small voice call out to you, as well as the slight clinking of armor. Furia and Lydia, you both notice circling in the air, probably a good 50 to 100 feet above you, just two birds sort of flying around, not really going anywhere. They just seem to be sort of following around the group of you. The small voice here, as you can hear the slight clinking of armor. Milady! Milady! Wait!
You cut out part of that, I think, TM.
Hmm?
I think you cut out part of that.
Oh, you hear a small voice yelling, Milady! Milady, please wait!
Oh, that makes
Oh, okay.
much more sense. Okay.
Yes. Okay. I guess I turn and look back.
And you can see a very odd sight to you, as there is a kobold charging full tilt at the group of you. Full armor, shield, sword.
Oh no.
Milady! I beseech thee, wait!
Hold on. Hold on. My turn. Is it king?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh god. Okay. Don't you just love a paladin? You can hear them coming a mile away before you see them. King! I heard that you might be in the city.
Comes right up to you, drops to one knee. Oh, Milady!
You don't... We're co-workers. You don't need... It's okay.
Murdoch, you know this one?
A co-worker from the office.
Yes, I work with Mistress.
Just you can just call me Murdoch. You can just call me Murdoch.
This is-
Get off your knees. Stand up.
You'll eventually stand up and go on. I've been beseeching you all morning.
Oh.
Nellie, Festus, and I have seemed to have wrapped up the ones that you had not yet gotten to. The city has been purged.
And that is what you are very good at.
Thank you, milady.
All right, so everything is no more demons. The people are all safe.
Yes, we are working on... And he sort of leans in a little bit toward you. We've reached out to... You know who, to see about removing the Celestials as well, as they do not belong here either. But that is a little...
Well, if they're going to be hardy about it, just use a banishment spell. Really, their business is done.
What about the mother? You're gonna banish her?
Is she Celestial?
No, I mean, no, she's an elf.
There is the possibility... There's gonna be a lot of paperwork, but it seems quite possible that there have been some subjects that have decided to come here to our lumber and have been living here for a while, some of them long enough to sire children. And so we might need to go through the proper paperwork to allow them extended stay, especially this one woman in particular. She has a daughter, and she also was very helpful.
Exactly right. I was just going to say that.
Milady, that is not... sort of... I will have Fessos deal with that. Paperwork is not... It is not my strength, mistress. You know this.
I understand, King. You swing your sword better than any man twice your size.
Get dropped to me. Thank you, milady.
I assume I will probably be... Is this my contact asking for my report, or am I going to be getting many sending messages soon?
I am assuming that he'll be reaching out to you shortly. This was just... I wanted to give you an appraisal of our situation here, as Fessos is currently reporting on what we have completed on our side.
All right. Well, I will work on my report as soon as possible. We're just investigating one last thing. Good job on the purging. And
thank you, milady.
Sticking it to those demons.
I should go and warn Fessos
may your
before.
smites be true.
I have to go warn Fessos so he doesn't start banishing random people. Oh, so much paperwork.
Yes, no banishing random people. No, we need to, especially these people around me. These are my current clients. No, no banishing random people. Just file a report first.
With your blessing, milady. And gives a little bow.
It's just murder.
And then turns and you're... starts running off again.
All right.
Oh,
Okay.
fuck, was that a friend?
It's interesting, Kobold.
He's... Remember how... I don't tell him to do that. I don't tell him to do that. I've told him countless times to just refer to me as Murdoch. Okay.
Really?
Yeah, yes.
I mean, really, yes.
Yes, really. He just really likes to please.
HR issue.
As in he likes to do what he's told. As in he likes to... He's just a very... He's...
Dipping the pen in the inkwell?
Sure.
No!
Oh.
No!
Okay.
No!
Oh.
He just likes
You a lot?
to work.
For you a lot?
It doesn't work for me. We
Okay.
are co-workers. We work I talk to people and make them go away, and when they don't, he brings the big sword and the holy magic and the banishing and the smiting and all of that. This situation was very much good for him. Bad for me. I love a good paladin. He's just very loud.
Good to know.
That he is.
But that's good. So that means once we figure out this body situation, it seems I have confirmation that the entirety of our lumber seems to be secured. My people moved in, we did our thing, and I'm going to have so much paperwork. So we should really finish this up so we can go home, because I probably am going to be very busy.
Are the birds still in the sky?
Yep.
Anybody know what those are doing there? Is that part of your thing too, Murdoch? I point. Those birds.
The birds. What kind of birds?
They seem to be staying rather right above us.
At this distance, hard to tell what type they are. They just look to be small, dark-colored birds.
No, I don't believe that any of us use it's not Fessos' familiar. It's not Hex's familiar. I don't think Hex even has a familiar. No, I would say that those are not us. It could be the benefactor, I suppose.
Why would he use birds when he could just do a, I don't know, magic look on us?
Maybe that is the magic look.
Not sure.
Well, I'll do a detect magic as we continue on, but I mean, we can't really do anything about them now.
How long have they been following? I didn't even notice them.
I just noticed them as we came out of the place there.
You're very observant. I just imagine when I see a bird, it's like it's a bird, it's doing bird things.
I mean, living in the forest, if you're not paying attention, it's not going to end well for you.
Yes.
More focused on worm things. Plus, I'm close to the ground, you know. Not
King
That is
takes,
fine.
King takes 90% of my. He's a good man. Good man. He's just
Ooh,
very distracted. No.
like a marrying. Oh, okay.
No.
Lydia.
He's not. We don't. I mean, if I asked him, he'd probably say yes, but I don't. He just likes to. He's just very eager.
We're just teasing you, Murdoch. It's alright.
A woman of this age should not get flustered. It's bad for my heart.
Right, well, since it's bad for your heart, onwards to the funeral home, shall we?
Yeah.
Which is, I'm not.
It's bad for your heart. Let's bring you straight to a funeral home.
My forever home.
Oh.
Oh boy.
A little bit of time goes by. You eventually find your way back to the funeral home. The front door is, as you thought, slightly ajar.
Alright, I suppose we should go in and take a look at that ledger. See if it matches the description of the fellows brought in.
Yeah, we'll grab the ledger, and then the bodies are in the base. They're at the bottom of the stairs.
Yep.
Right.
Okay.
And we kind of broke the grate, didn't we? Yeah.
Are you doing anything with the body you left laying in the hallway?
Oh yeah. We should probably burn that or something.
As you grab the ledger off the shelf where you had seen it earlier, start heading down the hallway and come to a body laying there.
Well, we could burn it.
Yeah, there might be something here, you know. It is
Like
a funeral home.
crematorium.
I mean, now that we can drag it outside, and
Light another
Oh.
bushfire.
in a manner of sorts, yes.
Yes.
Well, I think we should check the bodies downstairs before we decide,
Right.
because then we can burn them all at once if what we think
True.
we need to do.
Mm-hmm.
And if we need more
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
firepower,
We may just need to burn this whole place to the ground.
That is property
Kind of a
damage.
temple.
Yeah, we don't need to do that.
It's also loosely a temple to kill him for.
And we don't want to make him mad. Besides, isn't that the guy that really dislikes undead and
I believe
that sort
Yeah.
of thing?
Kalimvor is the neutral deity of the dead. Does not like things that don't stay dead.
Well, if
I
we're
remember that
burning-
from,
if we're burning
the
down
time we did burn down the building.
to get rid of the undead, would they cancel each other out?
You could just burn
No.
them not in the building.
I mean, we don't even know if these bodies are undead or what.
Let's
Yes.
gather up the corpses and we'll see what we can do.
I mean,
And
is
we'll
there
double
I'll
check
head
the
down
toilet.
to the
Tongue
3
head?
bodies in the basement, or downstairs.
Also, did we check the ledger to know their descriptions and stuff?
I think we're bringing Ledger with us.
Yeah, I think we
Oh, okay,
'cause
okay.
Yeah,
'cause
we
that's
did
right
say
by the
we
front.
would go grab it. And then...
Okay. Okay, so you guys are making your way down. So who is taking point on this as you're heading down to examine these?
Well, because I'm gonna do a medicine check on them to see.
I'll be
Does
right
that make
behind
sense?
Lydia because I have dark vision
Yeah.
and a lot of swords.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess I'll be third then, just in case we encounter
Okay.
something else.
So no, I mean when you're actually examining the bodies, not walking down. You
Oh.
make it
Oh,
down.
okay.
You make it down there with no problem.
Oh,
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I'll be
Yeah, then-
doing some medicine checks and making sure they match what's in the book, kind of thing, or investigation checks. You know, just make sure
Um,
that they match the books.
I'll use a detect magic just to see if there's anything magical going on with these guys.
Oh, okay. So as you, actually, sorry, give me just a moment here as I'm grabbing this.
I'll
Of course,
give
my,
you both Bardic Inspiration. Why not?
Hey.
Okay. So, well, let's start first with Lydia. As you're sort of going through the book and trying to match it up, go ahead and make an investigation check for me with advantage.
Okay. That's plus nothing, but 15 and 12, so 15.
Oh,
And you have my
okay.
D8
Oh, your D8.
if you want to use it.
I can use that now. So that's a 3, so 18.
18?
Yeah.
Okay. So now we're going to jump over to Furia for a moment. Furia, as you cast your Detect Magic, there does not appear to be anything magical on the bodies. Or let me rephrase it. You're not getting any glowing sensation from on or around the bodies.
Okay, I'd look towards the grate just in case as well. Look down it.
So as you're looking towards the grate and sort of down to where the remnants of that swarm of worms were, you can see a sort of fading after image. Like there was something of an arcane nature there at one point, but it has since either been removed or destroyed. Something has caused that effect to
Maybe a trap of some sort is her Furious conclusion. And while it's lasting, I quickly go back up the stairs and take a look at the worm tongue dude.
So as you're looking at that, you are getting some hints of necromancy and conjuration. But again, that's very similar to the what you were seeing where that sort of swarm of worms were. You're
Okay.
seeing an after image of magic that had been present. As you're looking at
Probably
both your
when the
best
creature
guess-
was alive.
Exactly.
Yeah, okay. Got it. That's what I'm doing.
Okay, so as Furia is running off and doing that, Lydia, as you're flipping through and looking at this ledger, You do find in the ledger there are specifically only 2 bodies in recent history called out. Within the individual's ledger. As you're sort of going through the couple of pages, looking at the bodies, out of the 3 of them, the first 2 bodies are accounted for in the ledger. The third is not.
Okay. I'll call that out to everyone. This one is the one that's not recorded, at least.
And what does it look like?
Yeah.
Okay, so as you're looking at the body, it looks very similar to the other 2. The only difference between it is completely bald. No hair, no eyebrows, literally no hair on this individual. But same as you're looking at the 3 bodies on it, the same sort of, I guess I'll call it the autopsy cut running right down the middle. Everything else looks the same.
Hear me out on this, because they all get the autopsy cut, right?
Yep.
That's like part of the process. So it wouldn't seem weird for one to have it. What if something has been put inside of him?
I mean, we've seen worms crawling out of bodies, so I mean, it's.
Are we okay with opening him back up?
I have my knife on the stitch already.
Oh,
Do you know
it's
how to do surgery?
the incision is there, but it's like stitched up right now.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's what I was thinking. Like,
Yeah,
it's just kind of
it's like he's dead and already been autopsied. The wound is closed back up. Same thing they do.
Okay.
Same as the other 2. It looks like this is, from what you're seeing, it looks like the same person did all 3 of these. They're identical, except one of them has literally not a single hair that you've seen on the body and does not appear in his ledgers.
I mean, this is no different than undoing a bad seam on a garment. Just say the word, Murdoch.
Why me?
I mean, if we.
I don't know. Like, you're in charge of.
Sarah, it's so nice to hear you say that.
Well, you're the people person of the 6 of us.
All right. So as the people person, cut that people open. Let's see if they put anything. Let's see if they. I need to make sure that we need to make sure that they didn't put anything inside of him, right?
Do I have to roll for this, or can I just say that Granny does this?
This is
Lydia.
This is nice and easy for Granny to do. She's used to cutting people open that are moving. This one not moving is even easier.
She's doing this with the same like elegance as like when you have to redo a seam on a garment. Yeah. Literally, it's just like.
When you're cutting Christmas like paper.
Yeah.
And it's just like. Oh.
That is so satisfying usually, and now it is going to.
Never the same.
Oh, there's like the plink, 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 plink.
Yeah. D&D.
I love how visceral this is.
Oh, yeah.
Very ruined wrapping presents forever.
Yeah.
You're welcome, viewers at home.
People are kind of like little presents.
You're like a Kinder Egg full of organs.
We're deranged.
You're not allowed to have Kinder Eggs in the U.S., so
That's
it's fine.
Somewhere there's a little FBI person watching this
Yup.
stream just going, "Dear God, we're going to have to arrest them all. They're all insane."
No. Just watch
How
any.
you
Just
doing?
listen
How
to
you
any
doing,
D&D
Tom?
game. Just listen to any D&D game. This happens once a campaign at least.
This happens most campaigns like once a week.
Yeah, it's all fine. What's in it? What's in this?
So eventually, as they're separated, and it takes a little bit of time, you sort of peel everything open, and Murdoch, you are correct. There is what appears to be a small stone box within the chest cavity of this individual.
That feels so... I'm glad we didn't just desecrate a corpse for nothing. Does that set off your detect magic at all?
If within 10 minutes I'm coming back downstairs and I'm like, I mean, you found something. I don't... But no, it's not glowing. Maybe it's thick enough that something's inside and I can't see it.
In our defense, this corpse has already been desecrated.
But just be careful if you're going to open that. Check for traps.
Oh, I should do that.
I hate to think that there could be a trap inside a man, but that's so
I
true.
mean, there's already a stone,
There were worms
some
Then our
inside.
stone
trap.
objects inside this man, so...
Men are all traps in
worst
their
kind
own
of trap.
way. They'll get you.
Why would you think they hid it in the body?
Because it's more
And who
creative
is this
than-
person
Is
that they
it-
found to hide it in?
If I turn this box over in my hands, does it look like trapped in any way? Like a seam, some weird...
So, as you're looking at it, so you're taking it out of the body? Like you're picking it up to look at it?
Well, I'm gonna kind of put my hands on it. Does it feel?
As you reach down and touch it without just
Viscera-y.
very lightly touching it,
Uh-huh.
you do actually feel that there is a seam, feels to be about the halfway point of the box.
Okay. I'm there's a seam. I'm gonna check for traps.
Okay, go ahead and make an investigation check.
Oh, I'm good at those, she says before probably rolling a 1. Let's see. What is...
I got more inspiration to throw out if you want it.
Ooh, 25!
Never mind.
Okay. So as you're starting to sort of reach around and try to get a sensation of this, as those of you are watching, as Sarah is now, wrist deep into this chest cavity, you actually start to notice that it feels like there is something under the box that it is sitting on.
Ooh. Does it feel like is it a solid thing it's sitting on, or it's sitting on a cavity?
It's from with that high of a roll, you get the sensation it's sitting on some sort of a pressure mechanism.
Oh, okay.
They trapped this man's body!
I love this Saw movie.
Fill
And
the
I will say
portcullis with your butt meat.
Sarah, take notes.
Yeah.
Sarah, as you're looking at and sort of getting a feel for it, there does not appear to be easy access for a way to disarm this from your current position.
So I can't take the box out.
Oh, you're
His
welcome
leg.
to if you'd like to.
No.
You just don't think it would be a great idea.
Okay. I'm not going to take the box out. But while we have him open, Artemis, is this box magic?
No, it's not. I already looked at it.
Yeah, is the spell
I mean-
active?
Do you have a hand
It's-
spell that
Yes,
Anytime.
the magic that where you can make a hand and slip another hand and there's hands. Of a-
It's trapped.
of a
That's why
magician?
you found a trap. That's why you don't want to take it.
Yes, there's something keeping. If I take the box off, I'm pretty sure we're going to either all explode or possibly die of shrapnel. Maybe his body could disintegrate. More
Do
worms.
you still have that bag of animals?
I do have my bag.
Let's go all
of
back
animals.
up the stairs and you summon an animal and tell it to knock the box off and see what happens.
But what if that destroys the body and the box?
The animal could pick it up in its mouth and dive down the sewer.
Are there like any?
I mean, is there anything on the body we missed? Like, why would they?
Are there
why would-
inscriptions on the box? Like,
Not that you can see.
it's just kind of like a nondescript box. It's not like a.
You've got to remember, you basically have pulled open the chest cage and you're seeing a gray box sitting in here.
Okay,
So
but
you're-
there's no like
in order to-
emblem.
Not on the side you can see. You've reached down, you felt the sides to feel a seam, but again, you're reaching inside. You really don't have a clear line of sight on anything but that one surface.
How?
Is it okay? But I can feel a seam, like an
Yeah, like when
opening
you stick your
seam
hands
for the box.
on either side.
Mm-hmm.
So picture it like Tupperware, you know? It's
Yeah.
got the bottom, the top, there's a seam running around here.
Uh-huh.
You can see this top piece. The bottom piece, you get the feel is sitting on something that, again, I'll use a phrase sort of like a spring loaded.
Okay. But in theory, I could still open the box. Like, I can still grab the lid of the Tupperware.
You can try.
If
You
it's a
don't
pressure
know
plate,
whether it's sealed. You don't know how that's holding on to it. If you lift that, maybe the
Changing
lid
the
comes
weight.
off. Maybe the whole box comes up.
How about, because you can't get at the pressure plate from this angle through his chest, but we're working with a body. We can come in from a different angle. Could we come in through his back, and maybe you could like disable it from going through the body from a different direction?
Is that going to tip the whole mechanism over, though?
Yeah, that's what I'm afraid of.
Yeah, I mean, it could be tricky.
Is there a bone saw around?
I mean, it's
Sure.
a funeral home. There might be.
Rose, could you hand me that bone saw over there?
Oh, sure.
I'm gonna back up. All right.
Yeah, I'm already up the stairs at this
I
point,
may
waiting
need your help.
because I'm bored.
Harry. The arthritis and everything. Okay, so
what
I'm
are
gonna
you
actually
thinking
hand.
here?
Well, I hand the bone saw to Rosalind. So I want you to cut, right about here. Take his whole legs off. We need just the torso piece.
And why?
Oh god, we're going to
do you want me to do
dismember.
this?
That's not what I necessarily thought of, but I get what you're doing.
Well, we just need the torso. The box is in his torso. So if you, a little lower, right there, you're going to cut his legs off. And then I want you.
Wait, hang on.
As a cleric, I cannot condone this.
I mean, if we need to do that, I could do that, but I mean, what purpose would that serve?
Well, it's easier to just move a torso around their whole body.
I
But
mean,
it's
what?
spring plated. It might move anyway. If you move
You
the
don't want to
body.
jostle the body around unless you're kind of ready to.
Yeah, and is there anything like on the body that we're missing? And I'm gonna like look while I'm closer. See
Sure.
if I see. I don't know, because I'm wondering why there's a pressure plate inside of this
Go ahead and make a
What
medicine
is-
check.
individual.
I think it's to keep people from taking the box.
Yes.
What if we kind of scoot the
12.
body
Okay.
towards the great night?
As you're looking in, you've stuck enough people with pointy implements in the past. You're pretty sure that there's supposed to be some stuff in this part of the body that is not there right now.
It was just a means to
Okay.
transport the box without.
Suspicion.
Yeah, it looks like organs are missing from this body. I don't know if that was to make room for this box or what reason, but I mean, do we think all the bodies here are like this, or just this one?
I think it's just this one, and then they were moving something into the city, and the easiest way to transport it would be to get it to a funeral home through a body. But
As
then
grim as that is.
we sort of
And-
interrupted everything. The body might not even be necessarily real. I mean, to an extent. But the pressure, this spring-loaded, could you get like a like flat tool, slide it under the box that then you could put pressure on that to keep the pressure press down, and then lift the box out? Like a thin, flat kind of file wedged in between the bottom of the box and the plate for the spring lock.
You can certainly try.
We would just have to, hold it in place while we do what we want with this box.
We could
If
hold
this
it in
is what we
place.
think it is.
Once the box is gone, you could probably disarm the trap.
Yes, this is true.
Yeah.
I mean, Sarah, that's more your thing, but
Is that something you think you can do? You're good with all the little tools.
But
I
if-
certainly can try. I did get electrocuted by that one door in our house.
That's
but
fine.
And
If
you
these
unraveled
bodies-
a dimension in our house as well.
That
if these
was my
bodies were
accident.
used to transport something, it looks like whatever that is already gone.
No. I'm saying
No,
it's
it's-
transporting the box, dear.
Oh,
The box is just
Okay.
wrapping.
I think there's something in it
Yeah.
that they were
I
transporting.
mean, but there's still, I get, okay.
But I understand what you're saying. There's still a lot more empty space.
Yeah, or maybe
So
it's
there
just,
could be something else that was
yeah,
taken
or
out
maybe
there.
this box is it.
But I understand what you're saying. You're saying like if they just need to fit that in there, why is the rest of it empty?
Yeah.
Well, Roswin, since you're already next to me, yeah, like hold my like two daggers, one.
Or
dagger?
maybe that bone saw would
Hmm.
work.
You got your thieves' tools too.
Okay, I want to basically like get under the box and put pressure on the pressure plate while lifting the box up. So kind of like
Okay.
I'll give you Bardic Inspiration because you're the only one that can probably do this.
Aw,
and
that
not
means
blow
a
us
lot,
up.
Murdoch.
So
Well,
go
you did
ahead
say I was in
and
charge, so I
make your
feel like
disarm
complimenting.
check.
What roll
So
is that?
we'll call this sleight of hand if you have proficiency in it.
I have semi-proficiency in it.
Oh, okay.
And you have a D8.
I would like I'm gonna use one of my luck points and roll again. Okay. And that is a 23.
Oh, okay. Let's see.
I did not use the D8 yet.
Okay. So, quick here. Okay.
Oh no, he's getting a book.
Yep.
We're in danger.
So as you start to press this down, Rose and Sarah, the two of you being right there, both hear a slight click. As it seems as Sarah's trying to go under this to hold it down, seems to have pushed something. And the two of you watch as this puff of blue gas erupts up around this box and into the both of your faces.
Uh-oh.
Dang it.
And I need the two of you. Let me just check the saving throw on this.
So about that mage hand,
Well, it didn't
Or
explode.
my plan. I'm not there, really. I'm at the top of the stairs.
Didn't
Okay.
explode, at least.
I mean, I
I-
was concerned for the same reason she was, that the trap would, like, it was a trap designed to destroy the box.
It's a box thick enough to obscure magic items. It's a pretty sturdy box.
Or there's just no magic on
There
it.
we are.
Or there's just no magic in it.
So I need you both to make Constitution saving throws for me.
You can use the D8 for this.
19.
Ugh, that's an 11 with a +7. Jeez.
Okay. So you are fine, Sarah. As it just up edge in your face, it has a very sort of almost wet fur, like wet dog smell to it. Rose, as you get a face full of this, immediately you start seeing small creatures scampering across the floor.
Okay.
They're about 1.5 feet tall, bright blue fur, running on all fours, long prehensile tail popped up behind them. Just runs over here, ducks behind a box. Another one runs over, climbs up Lydia, and is just sort of bouncing on her shoulder. Lydia seems to not notice
Lydia,
anything.
Sarah, are you seeing this too?
What, Rose?
No.
There's a creature on you, crawling on your back. You don't feel it? You don't see that? Sarah,
No.
You don't see this? Kind of like try to shake off the cobwebs, but
Perhaps you wouldn't buy something like the gas that would make you feel this way? You okay there, bud?
I mean, other than seeing these creatures, am I?
Are they doing anything, like, nefarious or something?
I mean, they're just kind of like scampering about the room, but I mean, maybe it was from that smoke if I'm the only one that can see them.
There's one just swinging on the ceiling a couple of feet in front of you, just staring at your Rose, just back and forth.
They try to like swat at it.
Just enjoy it. Just ride it out a little.
Enjoy it.
But Roz, wait,
Easy for
the
you to
box?
say.
The box?
Yeah, so let's open the box. Since we went through all this.
I'm still holding the pressure plate.
So, I will. So it's the box is still on the plate. It's just Sarah's pressing it down.
Yep, it's now slightly knocked a little
Yeah.
kilter, but
Yeah, so
I feel
I
like
will.
you disarmed it, sorta, kinda.
I will lift up the box.
okay.
Look around and I see the seam. I guess I'll try to like open it or twist it, see if I can.
As you lift it up and as you pull it out and sort of turn it over, Sarah, you see a crest on the top, on the part of that box that was pressing the pressure plate that you recognize. It's on your hand.
Oh. Oh.
No.
What?
It's the.
You
it-
recognize this?
I hold up my hand.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, well,
Remember what I said about serendipity?
Well, my name is Sarah, but my last name is not Dippity.
No dippity.
No doubt.
Can you do you
Blackstreet.
Can you remember? Do
Yep.
you have the god? Do you have the god symbol on your hand? Is that what it is, Ogma, or do you have the?
It is. Let me see if I can get.
Or is
the
it? Or is it
picture.
the symbol of the like
This, the
The fate
faded.
touch.
The fate,
the fate
touch.
touch?
The fate touched, I think.
Okay.
So it's like a rune.
No, yeah, I couldn't remember if you had the symbol of Ogma or the symbol of the fate touch. On
No, the fate touch. It's the
Yeah.
P
Have it
looking
somewhere.
thing.
Wunderbar. I was worried. I was like, Ogma, girl, what you doing? Don't do that.
Not
For
listen.
those in roll 20, I am now sharing it with all of you as a reminder.
Thank you,
Okay,
Matthew.
yeah.
I couldn't find it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I always look at it and I always think it's like a deer that's like having a really bad time. It's like whoa.
It's a deer that got hit by a car.
It's a deer that's like whoa.
Whoa.
Ragdolling.
Very drunken deer.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Uh,
Well, honestly, I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing at this point, but
If it's inside a man's body, I don't think it's a good thing.
Yeah. So am I like able to like open it at all, or the seam is just like
As you
into
try
it?
to, it does not seem to want to open for you.
I'm gonna Roswin, let me try something. I'm gonna put my hand that has
let
the
me-
symbol like against the symbol.
yeah, ID card.
Yeah, I'll place
10,
it
50.
in Sarah's hand to.
As
Yeah.
you put your hand
Aligned.
there, you're holding it now.
I mean, is this?
If I
what is
try to
this
open
thing?
it, does it allow?
Comes right apart.
Excuse me.
You can open the pickle jar.
I was about to say
I loosened it.
I'm the pickle jar lesbian.
Sarah, the lid. The lid. The lid. The lid. The lid. The lid. Wait, stop touching your wife.
What's in the box, DM?
So as you open the box, there is what looks to be a rolled up parchment.
What's on the
And then
parchment?
the parchment has a trap.
The parchment has anthrax.
Oh,
Yeah, you've been touched by fate, all right. To die.
Oh, the 90s.
We rolled the parchment in anthrax, asbestos, sarin gas, COVID, a little bit of everything.
There's used needles that are also in the parchment.
Have you or a loved one been affected by mesothelioma?
No, actually, you know what it is? You unroll it, and it's gonna say, "I'm here to talk to you about your car's extended warranty." We've been trying to reach you, Sarah, about your wagon's extended warranty.
Drink more Ovaltine.
It was people!
You are too young to know that reference.
We just cut open a dude and pulled a box out of his chest.
I'm so sorry.
Okay.
Anyways,
What's on the parchment, DM, when I unfurl it?
So as you start to unroll it, the first thing you notice at the top of it, in very flowing handwriting, is your name, Sarah.
Ooh.
And that's where we're going to take our break this evening.
Oh no.
It is the extended warranty! Sarah! They've been trying to reach you!
We will be back in about, somewhere 3 to 7 minutes as we top off our beverages and utilize the facilities. Don't go anywhere, folks, as we're soon to find out whether or not Sarah's going to take us up on that extended warranty for her Volvo. So, don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be back in a few minutes.
Yeah.
Key of Dartmouth.
good evening, everyone, and welcome back. So, as we jump right back into things, Sarah has unrolled a small piece of parchment that she found in a stone chest that she found inside a flesh chest of a cadaver in a funeral home. Sarah, as you have rolled out this small piece of parchment, it reads, Sarah, we have been trying to reach you. You must be careful. The meeting you have planned will not go as you hope. Betrayal awaits you. Then signed at the bottom just says a concerned friend.
Just to repeat, the what await me?
Betrayal awaits you.
Ah. And go like kind of cock my eyebrow and be like, Murdoch, does this make sense to you?
Always me. Okay. It addresses you by name. That's concerning. That's okay.
That letter addresses you by name?
It says Sarah. The meeting will not go as you planned. Betrayal awaits you. A concerned friend. Well, I love when they don't say who they are. That definitely makes them trustworthy. How did they know that you were going to be here and open a body and then open a box?
I shrug and hold my hand up.
Fate. It looks, I mean, it looks legitimate. I can only think of one meeting that it could be referring to.
Is everything okay? You two can come back in here.
Okay, is everything okay?
Aside from the creatures crawling over the walls, yes.
Roswin might be a little bit inebriated.
Why is it always you, dear? Don't stop. Oh gosh. But I give the letter back to Sarah.
Rose, there's one of them now in front of Murdoch. Looks like it's trying to pick her nose. Just sitting there like...
Just like, start laughing at that one.
Well, if it's the meeting I think that they're talking about, we'll just have to be a bit careful. Perhaps there's someone who will be accompanying him, and we'll just have our guards up a little.
My guard was never down.
Thank you, Theria.
Well, someone's got to make sure that you stay safe.
I mean, when something appeared on your face during the night with no... It's just kind of like there, poof. Nobody saw anyone come in or out, and, you know, that's a little weird.
Romantic gestures are in the eye of the beholder. I'm able to speak with him now. Just...
I would like to know who this friend is, but I don't think that we're going to learn anything just sitting here and playing Guess Who. Well, at least this last loose end is tied up, so to speak, though now we should probably get rid of this body.
And the one upstairs. Don't forget to put that one.
And the one upstairs.
And the one upstairs. And then I suppose I'll be waiting for a report from my people, but it seems that if there were any remaining demons in the streets, they're all taken care of. We're working on getting everyone back to the planes that they're supposed to go. We could consider our business concluded here. possible.
Does Fabio have an next move, do you think?
I'm pretty sure Fabio's dead.
I mean, we thought that the first time.
You
I'm
thought that
pretty
the
sure
second
he's
time.
dead this time.
Does
Okay.
whatever Fabio was being controlled by have a next move? It's probably
That
more
is the
apt.
That's
the
it.
actual question, because whoever was giving him his powers was not gone for sure.
And they're probably not happy with us either. And
I
continue
mean,
to
it's been a
not be.
while. We're not trying to be in their good graces anyway.
No.
I'm not worried about it.
We could, if we want. I do have the sending stone to the Master of Past and Present that he gave me. I've not used it yet, but we could either ask if there's something else that he was expecting to have done, or just simply say that the situation here has been brought under control. Or we could not tell him anything and go home.
I would like to know, after these 3 missions that we've done, if this is concluded here, if he had something else for us to do. As when he first gave us the house and all that, and the piece for the portal, he said that we needed to do these 3 things, and then he'd have more. So I'm wondering what the other things are. Whether we do them or not is up to us.
True.
So shall we get with the burning of these bodies, and I'll let him know that I think we've concluded here? Is everyone okay with me doing that?
Sounds good.
Yeah, as for the conclusion and where we can figure out what he wants to do next, if that exists.
All right.
And if someone can help me with the bodies, at least
I'll help you
pulling
lift
them up
them.
there.
Of course.
I got fire.
Oh, side note, did we go through the body of the worm guy, or did we just leave him there?
Apparently we have not.
Yeah, we
I
passed
don't
over.
remember.
I don't
I don't
believe
think
you
we
guys
searched him.
looted them.
I think we just dropped him and moved on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
so.
so
I think we
before-
were making sure the house was clear.
Yeah, so before we burn him, I'll just pat him down and see if there's anything useful on him.
As a Pam down doesn't actually seem to have anything on him.
Alright. Easy done.
I'll move him to wherever Art wants him.
Just a good distance away from this funeral home. I mean, honestly, middle of the street for right now. Sure, there's nobody out here.
True.
And once the bodies are kind of in a pile, I'm just gonna cantrip firebolt them. Nice and toasty.
I'll add my produce flame to that.
Okay. And what's everybody's passive perception?
18.
19.
12.
16.
12.
Any of you above a 10 notice the 2 birds still swirling above?
Are they real birds?
I could fly up there and check.
At this distance, it's hard for you to know.
They've been installed by the
They're almost
government.
100 feet up.
All birds were destroyed in 1961. The birds work for the bourgeoisie.
If somebody else wants to take over helping Art burn these things, if somebody else has something like that, I'll fly up and...
I can communicate with beast and plant.
I can't help with that, but
Does anybody else have fire they can add in here?
I've got Sacred Flame. No, that won't help.
That's it.
I have a candle.
I can ignite my sword.
You know, I'll just work on this here. It's
Okay.
fine.
I could do wall of fire and let it just roast.
I mean, I could burn something. I can produce something a little bit more powerful. I just don't want to tap.
Let's
Don't
not.
burn your big spells. We
Artemis.
have time. I'm gonna be making my phone call. Stone
As
call.
you're as you're casting your incantations on it, from other side of the street down an alley, you only know it as it comes from behind you. As you're casting your spells onto the body and just little bits of flame, you watch as a small vial comes spinning over the top of your head, lands on the body, and you watch what appears to be lamp oil. It shatters. And immediately, a couple of little flames you had been throwing at this thing seem to take off.
Thank you.
There we go. Can I see,
Can I see the
through it?
person that?
Yeah, do
Yeah.
we see where this came from?
No, it's, as this happens, and all of you turn around, you see a. Let me check the color. Okay, you see a reddish brown cloak and very tightly tied back ponytail, multiple knots in the ponytail coming down as they turn and take off down the alley.
Okay,
Thank you.
Is that another one of yours, Murdoch?
did that look like an agent?
Did not look like anyone you recognized.
That was not one of mine, as far as I know. Oh,
You guys figure this out. If you want to follow him, whatever. I'm gonna go check on these birds.
you go check on the birds, and I'm going to call the MOPAP,
Mop.
Master Past and Present.
Oh, mop.
I would like to turn into a giant vulture and wing my way upwards.
I guess I'll try to
Okay.
follow this individual down the alley, see if I can.
Don't go too
Okay, so
far.
you have one going up, one going that way. Murdoch's getting on the phone. Art, Lydia, Sarah, what are the three of you doing?
Go with the Rose and try to see who this fellow is.
I'm gonna take my crossbow out and just like keep an eye on the birds, see if they try to mess with Furia
Okay.
or if they like start anything. I don't know.
I'll go with Rose once I know that the fire's set and barbecue is going.
Okay. Well, we will start then with Murdoch. As Murdoch is grabbed out their sending stone, what exactly are you reaching out?
The person you have dialed.
The situation.
Please hang up and try your call again.
Oh, hold on. I need to hit 0.
If you'd like to speak to an agent, please stay on the line.
Okay, I'm on hold. No, okay. I will say the situation in Orlumber is stable. Is there anything else that we need to do, or is there any further instructions for anywhere else? I got one extra word.
Hugs!
And
A couple of moments goes by, and you do eventually get a response back. Yes, you have all done such wonderful work. We are almost ready. Now, all that is needed is one last piece. And Lydia.
I hate that people use this spell to be so ominous. I might hit him up for some more later, but for those that are, I think it's actually it's just Sarah down here with me. So you if you see out of the corner of your eye, Murdoch's like, okay, and then she puts the stone away.
What is it?
I've never heard a man that sounds so like my evil plan is almost complete before in my life.
Oh, you should have heard him when we were all in the goat dimension.
Okay. Well, he's saying like there's only one more thing, and also Lydia. Mentioned her by name. That's great. We'll get to that.
Well, if he wants her so badly, he can come get her himself.
Oh, let's not say that though.
He has to get through me before he gets to her.
He can get through a lot of people. What the bird doing?
I don't know.
So, as you look up, you can see this vulture fly up, and it. Fear, as you start flying up, vultures are a big freaking bird. As you get up, these appear
That's why
to be.
I picked it.
These appear to be, from what you can tell, your garden variety raven. Although they do appear to be larger. And as you sort of come flying up to them, they are now basically just keeping themselves out of range of you. But still, like, minding. You're watching as they're flying around. They're still looking down at Murdoch and Sarah. And you're watching as one of them is focused on the two of them and then looks up at you and looks back down. The other one looks up at you and then looks towards the alley where your other three friends have just taken off.
I would definitely like to try to go after these birds and take them out.
Okay.
I will do the one that is looking over at the alley first, if I can.
Okay. So go ahead and roll a d20 for me.
14.
Okay. So you will get to make your move first, as it seems like it's it's more focused on everyone else. So go ahead and make your attack.
All right, I'll go at it with my beak. That is a 15 to hit.
Okay, let me just look here. Oh yeah, that'll hit. And you don't even need to roll damage because this literally only has a hit point.
Yes,
So
9 points of damage.
As you reach out and you snap your jaws onto it, it's a very sort of unsettling sensation to you. As you clamp down and it feels like you were anticipating to biting something and there's just nothing there. As it just... And you watch as these, what appear to be almost miniature just ravens just vanish. And as you snapped into that one, you watch as the other looks up at you. And almost seems to look through you. And then the same thing just gone in a flash of feathers. And
The Kaplan side of things is, I hope that wizard or spellcaster has to do the resummoning of their raven. Have to take an hour out to do that, but Fury doesn't know anything about that. So see, does now that they're gone, I'll start to fly back down. And
okay, so as you're heading back down, we will jump over to Rose, Lydia, and Art, who have taken off down the alley. And
So
you can see this individual is just moving somewhat quickly, heading through the alleys.
I'll shout, "Hey, you there! Stop!"
I mean, we're trying to be nice. Thank you for the oil, by the way.
That was incredibly helpful, random stranger.
After a little bit of time, another couple of minutes goes by as the three of you are sort of following them. As you're going down one, you're taking a right, you're taking a left, you're taking another left. You
I
feel
would
like
try
you're sort
not
of
to go too
fishing.
far, actually.
I'm sorry?
I would try not to go too far. Like, if I see him still running, maybe, like, I would stop after a couple blocks and let the other two go
Okay.
on. I wouldn't...
Yeah, he does seem to go for a good, like, 4 or 5 blocks. As he's sort of just ducking in between. And again, it's hard to keep your bearings. You guys have been around the city a little bit, but this individual seems to be deliberately turning and turning back and sort of winding around. He could be 30 feet from you around a corner, Lydia, and you'd have no idea.
Okay.
But eventually he does stop and turn around to face Rose and Art. And you can see looks to be roughly middle-aged gnomish individual. Long black hair tied. Very short trim, almost think like Doctor Strange or Robert Downey Jr. Iron Man, like super short trimmed beard on his face. Turns back and looks at you. Oh, well, wonderful. Seems we are alone. Welcome to our lumber.
Like she's panting. Why did you keep running? Just wanted to ask you some questions.
Exactly, but now, look, there's no one here. We can talk. Freely, even.
I mean, there really weren't any people in the streets anyway besides us.
Precisely.
I think they're talking about those birds that seemed less.
Oh, the birds.
Yeah.
They're with us again? I didn't even notice them.
Oh no, your friends were kind enough to deal with them for us.
Your name doesn't happen to be Noel, does it?
Gives a little bow. But of course, I'm at your service.
I see.
Yes, apparently I had just missed you when I made today's journey.
To,
My name is
the bar.
Noel Fragmentus.
I see. Well, it was a pleasure. Art.
Rose?
We have heard of you, Artemis. We understand
Who
you
is
are
we?
the group I work with. We are, shall we say, keepers of potentially dangerous artifacts.
Oh, I see.
Such as
Incredibly.
ones that you may have in your possession.
I see.
I was asked to make initial contact with you to see if you would be interested in either turning said item over to us. It would be perfectly safe in our establishment in Luskin. Or perhaps you would care to join us.
A bit of a surface level conversation, I suppose, that might benefit from, excuse me for being so blunt, but my lawyer being present. Would that be all right?
You can see some semblance of hesitation a little bit. We don't usually have much use for lawyers. They tend to get in the way when things need to be handled. But if it would assuage your concerns, I suppose we could make an exception.
I mean,
After all, we would rather have you with us than against.
if our interests are aligned and the things seem to be mostly above board, then I'm sure that we can come to some sort of agreement, perhaps.
And then perhaps a conversation with your lawyer is in order then.
Would you be willing to perhaps meet up, oh gosh, what was the name of... Did we ever get the name of the inn that we were staying at? Not the Pelican. I mean, we could go back to the Pelican, but...
I think you did
Seems
initially,
to-
and I am blanking on it because I don't have it in front of me.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Yeah, I don't remember either.
That one inn in the city,
Okay. Let's see here. Do me a favor, because I can't find it. Art, roll a d20.
You got it. Do-do-do-do-do. Okay. 3.
Okay. So apparently it is now known as the Fried Fingers Inn.
Very apt for what I just did.
But Noel gives a little nod and agrees. I suppose we can meet there. It's... What time? How soon?
Well, I believe we're mostly on our way out as is, so I suppose...
So I suppose I shall be waiting for you there.
Right. I shall be along shortly, Noel.
And that you watch is begins to walk away and starts muttering a spell and just vanishes.
I gotta learn how to do that.
You would probably recognize the spell. He's casting invisibility.
Don't have that yet. I kinda look over to Rose. Well, that was a lot different than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, and they, seem to know you. I didn't expect that.
I didn't either. I don't know if I'm too keen on the idea either.
Yeah, a lot of people seem to be watching us without our knowledge around here. It's not ideal.
No. Can we get back to the group? I don't like... too many
Yeah.
bad experiences being by myself.
Yeah, sure. No more reason to stick around here, so let's go.
Try to head back to the group.
Takes you a little bit of time. Actually, you know what? The two of you go ahead and make a survival check for me.
Okay. Eight.
18.
Okay, thank God for Art, because Rose has got you going all manner of different directions. It's as you start letting Rose, as Rose is sort of taking the lead, getting you there, chasing after this individual. At the point you circle around and see the same cat just sitting in the corner on a box, just 3 times. Eventually, Rose, Art, you manage to sort of steer Rose in the right direction. You do find your way back. And you see Lydia sort of just leaning up against a wall, waiting.
Well,
Cardio is not my forte. Hope things worked out for you.
sort of.
Yeah, it was interesting.
To be expected for this group, probably. Par for the course.
There's
Alright, let's go meet up with the others, at least.
yeah.
Yeah.
Needed a discussion. Kind of head back towards.
Easy
Anybody
enough
else?
at this point to
Yep.
make your way back to the group. And the group, we are now all back together.
Is Fury still a bird?
At the moment, yes.
Mhm.
I didn't know if I had to fly after you, but seeing you come around, I am a little more unruffled, but I'm still a bird.
Slipped on my little power ring so that I don't have to smell the burning corpses that I had to wait beside for everyone to come back.
Sarah's has one of those little granny perfume bottles, and it's just kind of like puffing it next to her and Murdoch. Is that better? Is that better?
I can't smell when I'm wearing the ring.
Is that better?
I can't smell when I'm wearing the ring.
You see Furia peck at one of the bodies. And then, like, look like she's like, oh, wait, I'm not supposed to do
no.
that. I go back and peck again, and then, like, oh, wait, I'm not supposed to do that.
Get that out of your mouth, out of your mouth.
We are great when we don't actively have something to do. Oh, look, they're coming back. Hello.
Murdoch!
Oh.
I mean, it's not great, but it's not that bad. I mean, easy for me to say, but
No. I'm glad that you all come to me, but I'm starting to realize that I get my name said in that tone a lot. What's up?
I need a lawyer.
I am now not a bird, I'm myself. This is alarming.
You chased a robed gentleman down an alleyway and you returned saying you need a lawyer.
We didn't murder them. It was Noel.
No!
The person that the lovely tavern bar owner of the Flying Pelican was talking about.
I see. So I'm guessing they were they here for you? Why did they run away?
They were wanting to talk without any other eyes on us. Me. And the birds gone helped. Thank you, Fair.
You got a little...
Apparently he represents a group who likes to keep track of powerful magical items, of which I might have like a few.
You are amassing a small collection of things that are powerful and occult.
Get you a bag of holding or something for those things.
If it's the one I'm thinking of, that gives me a bad feeling inside. You know, the round one.
Yeah, which is why I kind of said I'd like to speak with my lawyer present, and he begrudgingly said, okay.
It also gives me the bad feeling, like you said, that he knows about you, and that he knows about the other thing. You know, the things that you have on your person.
Yeah. Which is kind of why I wanted to just just get it all out here in front of the group. If I give that orb to him, I will become blind.
Well, why does he need the orb so badly?
I don't know. I just wanted to put that on the table too.
Why would you?
I didn't know that.
I feel
I
like
don't think it's worth it.
Part.
Oh yeah, we shouldn't give it up. But he just
What?
wants it. He didn't really say much more than that. Just that his group, like, are the keepers of such
Yeah.
powerful.
They want something, they
artifacts.
should go out and find it themselves.
Or they should barter at least.
Did they name this group?
No.
No.
But
No.
we did
Just said we're
schedule
part of
a
it.
meeting with them at the Fried Fingers. What's that inn we stayed at? I forget.
The fried fingers. It's what it was always called ever since we went there the first time. It's always been called
Remember
that.
looking at
So
that
he's
sign?
waiting for us presently. I think he just kind of disappeared once our conversation was done.
All around sounds good. You didn't agree to anything. You went and told me and the rest of us, and you set up a meeting so that we can all talk about it together. All around, kudos, A+ gold star.
Should
Thanks.
should we share the information you got, Murdoch?
I think we should. So, spoke with the mopap master of past and present. Gonna be on. So, we have technically completed our work here. Let me see if I can sort of match his tone. Let me see if I do a little performance check for myself here. Natural 20 for 27. So Murdoch will try to like say it exactly how he said it, of like, yes, we only need one more thing to move forward, and then we'll have everything that we need, as well as Lydia. Is what he said. Said it just like that.
One more piece, one more thing, one more whatever, and Lydia.
And then we'll be ready.
We'll be ready.
Lydia, are you not telling us something?
Right? Was it right?
Or we just
we'll be
not
ready.
cl-
The general gist. I don't want to like purposefully like.
I
say
don't
it.
have a fancy mark on me or anything. No groups are trying to find me. I don't know. Why don't you check yourselves before you wreck yourselves? I don't know. I'm getting really flustered.
You didn't mention our names. You just mentioned yours.
I know. I don't know why.
I mean, he knows something, I guess, obviously.
Lady, do we still have the contract from the circus?
Oh yeah, maybe he wants my body. That's probably it.
I don't think that's quite right.
I mean, you went into this agreement long before I was even here. It was you and Furia and Sarah and Snowmoon.
We agreed to help him do these 3 jobs in return for the
For the house.
piece of
House.
the portal that we
Yeah.
got.
Oh.
That's in
return
our
for-
house, so it's just technically his creation. So technically he still kind of has it, but
Has anything been said to you in passing, dear?
Oh, I
or-
had a dream the other night about a boat. That's about
Uh-huh.
it, though. And I remember when I woke up and I was soaking wet that morning.
Oh yeah, that
Give me
I
your tea
remember that,
towel.
yeah.
I thought that was I thought you just had a very sweaty night.
No, I do have that, but no. I had a bad dream about a boat overtaking me, but I think that was more seafaring stuff than this master pest and present stuff. Although I'm not sure, cause I'm no expert. So
I mean, a lot of this people going to different planes seems to be kind of based around the ocean. If we were a little bit of an exception with the fog, but whirlpools and storms
Fog is wet?
and fog is wet. True,
Yeah.
but a lot of the islands, whirlpools, storms, the ocean in general seems to be something isn't right with the ocean lately.
remember, well, we have on our things to do list Sarah's thing, which is just down the street, so probably first. Get it over with, whatever's going to happen. We were warned about a group going after those objects, one of which I see you're wearing, Murdoch.
Back in my bag.
And that they could be quite dangerous. There was that thing going to Neverwinter, I believe. The dragon.
The dragon, right?
If we want to look into that,
I can send some sending spells.
we
to
should
see.
check up on that situation anyway, see if anything's happening. But I think if he doesn't have any other things pressing, the last thing he mentioned was the group going after those shiny objects.
Okay.
Well, first, like, we should get down to the inn and see if we can get more answers about what Noel wants, and we're all in agreement that that doesn't seem like the best idea.
No, it's
No.
suspicious. Even if it is a legitimate company of people doing their thing, why should they know about what you have?
If they're willing to say who they are, hopefully maybe I can run it through my old brain and see if there's any legitimacy to it. But as it stands, even though I know it's very dangerous, I'd prefer you to keep the items that you have.
Me as well. And I don't want you to go blind.
I mean, I don't
You
know.
kind of need to see to do things and not
Permanent.
have
I went
us
blind,
on
like-
fire all the time.
I went blind, and it's not fun.
I agree.
I couldn't
Yes.
hear a thing when I was blind.
Yeah, I think actually we've all gone blind.
For a short time, I think.
Yeah.
Different
Yeah.
extended moments, and no one likes it.
In Daggerford, didn't Lydia and Sarah go blind as well? Yeah.
Lydia and Sarah went blind. Lydia's gone blind like 3 times.
You think I learned? But I haven't. Just too dazzled by those flashing lights all the time.
I feel bad for all the people that I
Look
shoot
at the
dazzling lights
photos.
at.
It's inconvenient at best.
But yes, so we'll meet with Noel. Probably politely tell him no. See what that happens. Rest. Oh, or I'll check in on the dragon situation. We'll eventually get some rest. Prepare some spells for this meeting that we may be expecting betrayal. We're gonna be careful, but we'll
Yes.
see. Maybe they mean another meeting, Sarah, but we'll see.
We'll be
Do that.
prepared.
We'll do that, and then we'll decide where we go next.
Well, reevaluate, see if anything's changed, and go from there. I would like to lock the door of the funeral home before we completely leave the area.
Yes.
Okay.
Good.
Oh gosh, there's a dog that's eating people's bodies in the streets.
Oh, God.
So you guys are heading back to the inn?
Lock it up, and then the inn.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, little whiles go by. Eventually, you find your way back to the inn. Knock on the back door, and eventually, you get let back in. As the 6 of you are climbing through, after a couple of moments, you hear the same knock again, coming from the back door. And as he opens the door and looks out a little bit, and eventually you see somebody sort of push through and rematerialize as they're sort of pushing their way in, as it seems Noel had been invisible, hanging out, and sort of followed your lead to get into the inn the easy way. And eventually the group of you are on, you can either have a seat at a table if you want to go somewhere private. It's Noel is standing there looking at the group of you. Seems to be looking more at art than the rest of you.
Is Indigo still here at this inn?
As you walk over, as you've come back in and look now behind the bar where she has been, she is not there currently.
I'm gonna go over to. I'm gonna kind of like look at the group and be like, I'll be right back. Point at no. I'll be right back, sir. Go over to the innkeeper and ask him where Indigo is.
Oh, yeah, they're her little one. Mama came by and, after some quite coarse words shouted through a locked door, requested her daughter's release to her, so. Sorry to see her go, but she's gone.
Thank you. Yeah, pull a gold out of my purse and just slide that on the counter towards him.
Okay.
And go back to my group. Okay.
So, in the meantime, the rest of you, Noel is looking at the group of you. So, are we doing this here, or rather somewhere more secluded?
I mean, we could just grab a table, one of the corners. It's fine by me.
Good old classic corner booth.
Okay.
Grab a corner table.
As everyone sort of meanders over and starts grabbing a seat. See, Noel goes over to the, innkeeper for a moment. Has a couple of quick words with him, and eventually the innkeeper grumbles, walks around behind the bar, sets out a little tray, puts, 7 glasses on it, goes back underneath. Pulls out a bottle and takes a rag, wipes it off. It seems like it's a little dusty. But sets it on there. Noel goes into his pouch, pulls out some coin, gives it to him. Takes the tray, brings it over, and sets the tray down. If we're going to discuss much as well, get some of his finest.
Nice
Sure.
gesture.
Pulls the cork out and pours a serving in each of the glasses, and sort of as you're all sitting there watching him, you see as he, holding the bottle, pulls the cork out and is very careful, like doesn't move his hand. Is trying to be he looks like he's being overly obvious that he's not trying to mess with the glasses. And finishes, puts the cork back in, sets back, and takes one of the glasses and to hopefully productive meetings, and drinks it, sets it down.
Right. Art will. No. Art's gonna do the same.
Yeah, I'll do the same.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Split second after he does.
No.
As you're sort of picking up and looking as you're starting to drink it, looks to be like a very dark bluish, almost purplish liquid. That as you're looking at it, it looks like it has, and I never remember what it's called. I'm going to call it that glitter powder that they put in liquid that gives it that sort of swirling pearlescent.
It's just called edible glitter.
Okay, right, there you go. And it's, as you're looking at it, it's swirling almost like the stars in the night sky.
Really?
And then we all get poisoned.
And
He takes the orb.
as Fury and Art, as you two drink it, immediately it has a strange sensation where it feels like you can feel like your head is being opened. And you have gained +2 to all wisdom and intelligence checks until the next
Yo.
morning.
I need to get me a bottle of this. What the heck? Alright. You said +2 to wisdom?
Wisdom and intelligence checks, not saving throws.
Okay.
So think,
This is the
insight,
night to
history,
do
religion.
Research. It's the night to do research.
It's like a Red Bull on a college cram session.
Hell yeah.
So have you given any thought to my invitation? And looking at you, and which one of them is the lawyer?
This is Murdoch. This is my
Big
lawyer.
set of dragon teeth with the red sunglasses.
Charmed, I'm sure.
You could be. That's a little. It's a joke. It's a joke. It's a joke. I really wanted to know more about your group. I think we all do personally, but
Quite.
because someone just saying, "Oh yes, we handle powerful, dangerous artifacts," you should just, you know.
And we know your name and perhaps the items in which you're carrying. It comes off a little
Creepy?
Of course I don't carry anything on me. I'm not insane. These items are things that are typically kept away from the population. For those of you who have never been to Luskan, we are the Arcane Brotherhood. Yes, and I see that look on your face. Stop going back in time. We have moved beyond such primitive concepts. We have rebuilt our tower within Luskan. And now we are a rather prestigious organization.
Luskin and prestigious, they just don't. It's like two little puzzle pieces from different box sets.
You sort of
You
laugh
know,
at that.
it just doesn't fit.
Yes. But it is where the original Brotherhood was headquartered, and it's where our Archmage, the Arcane Kashan the Red, wished to rebuild. Now we have thousands of wizards every year petitioning to join. But we seek those who have found their ways into powerful items and managed to control them. We seek to recruit them in to prevent those ill-equipped from dealing with said items. I'm certain you all heard about that incessant fool who managed to get himself the hand of a demigod.
The one with
No,
Oh, yes,
not yet.
Might have heard a rumor here or there.
maybe.
yes. There's apparently a statue of him in Daggerford now. There's
Oh,
good for
yeah.
you.
Ah,
We've seen the
yeah.
statue.
Yeah,
That's the
so-
same guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, he stole the hand of a demigod and proceeded to weld it onto his body.
Every
That's just dumb.
single
Did he
time
make good use of it?
takes some.
Probably not.
Jury is out on
Cojones.
that one. Some people claim that he did good works, others claim that he is a heinous individual. But suffice to say, it's no longer matters. As the item was cleaved from his body, it is now safely stored.
You have it. You
Wait,
have
what?
the hand of the demigod.
Oh god.
I do not have anything. It is within the... It has been placed back in the safety that the Brotherhood created for it originally.
Heretofore in this conversation, when I say you, I refer to associates and
Then yes, you
group
are
at large
correct.
instead of you as an individual.
That certainly clears up a few things.
Do you still go after artifacts if they are being used for good purposes?
We prefer to ally ourselves with individuals who are using them for for the proper usage that aids the population. The catch to this is when individuals of an unknown quality, if they are not a part of our group, we do not have a way to keep in touch and keep tabs on said items.
So you're the magic item police, or at least you believe yourself to be.
That is the tasks we have given ourselves, yes.
You said you're rebuilding back in Luskin.
Oh, no, the rebuilding is complete. The tower had been abandoned for some time, ever since Arcane Brotherhood destroyed it.
Come grief. What is that event?
I'm sorry.
I'm stepping out of character.
okay.
What is that? Do I know that? The event that caused it to be destroyed?
If you like, you can make a history check.
Yeah. Oh no. Because it's like if you got destroyed once, like history said.
Yep.
15.
Oh, okay.
Oh wait,
So-
do I also have the?
Did you take your
was it
drink?
just-
If you drank
I did
it, then
drink.
you do.
We'll see if I roll higher. Probably won't. No, I did. 18.
Oh, okay.
This
So
drink just
um,
reminds me of.
you
knowing
would
about
have
one of my
heard-
great failures.
So, Arcane Brotherhood was the original, basically the original group known as the Arcane Brotherhood, or the Arcane of the Brotherhood.
Okay.
And basically, he was going around finding the most powerful and the most wicked and evil magic users he could find.
Great.
And it was solely about gaining power and dominating the world.
Wonderful.
After he sort of built up this group, he decided to go on this nasty little war. Basically, he was trying to. He took these wizards and took the city of Luskin, turned it into a military and naval city, and proceeded to just try to lay waste to another city. He failed epically. And he flew to another city, Mirabar, where eventually two of his high-ranking subordinates assassinated his second hand, and he was exiled out. He's been gone and long since believed to be dead. The city slowly healed and got over it. They built up their own city. This new individual, Kashan the Red, started rebuilding the Brotherhood into this sort of, we'll call it, as it was said, sort of like this magic police. They came in, they said, hey, we're going to rebuild our city here. We've cleared out the undead in this area. Oh, there's a dragon attack, and we'll protect the city from the dragon. And they have stepped back. They are completely uninvolved with the city and its ruling. They just happen to reside within it. They abide by the laws of the city, but they're sort of hands-off for the most part.
The laws of Luskin. Okay.
The politics of Luskin, not the laws, we'll say.
Yeah. Okay, so basically we had, like, super wizard, like, let me make a wizard army and take over the world. He failed. These guys kind of took over, and they're like, we're museum curators now, / we deal
They
with
took over
local
they took
problems.
over the tower and the information within it. And I was saying, hey, you can study, you can do this. We're going to try to do things right this time. And they seem to be a legitimate...
Okay.
From what you've heard, they seem to be legitimate good people. But you've also, with a check that high, you would also know that, yes, there are...
Bad history.
Any year, there are tons of people trying to join them. And they go out and they pick who they're interested in.
So, Are you saying that you would like to simply take items from us, or are you requesting Artemis join your ranks officially? Because Murdoch is thinking, like, how many people are going to get Artemis to join their wizard orders? You're like the most up
The
and coming
answer
mage.
to that is
like-
yes,
I
unfortunately.
like Exodia.
Okay.
So we have two potential options here. As you are no doubt aware, your young friend is carrying something that is potentially world-altering. And we
Yes.
either need a way to track said item and make sure it is not being used improperly. Ideally, we would see your friend as an ally to us. Joining the Brotherhood has any number of advantages, given the large amount of knowledge and spells held within the tower in Luskin that are available to all our members to peruse and copy from should they so choose to. That gives us the security of always knowing where the device is and being able to drop a line in time to time to make sure everything is going as should be. Should your friend decline the invitation, then we would, rather politely but firmly, request said world-altering magical item be turned over to the Arcane Brotherhood for safe storage.
One question. What brings us under your so wide jurisdiction? Why do you have to have only these two options for us?
What other options would you offer?
We could just say goodbye and never see each other again.
Yes, and what happens when your small friend gets of addled mind and summons an army of dragons to destroy a city?
Then we kill them. The dragons, I mean, not our friend. And also, I'm not a wizard. What happens if I have a really powerful artifact? Do I get to join your ranks?
Should you have it something that is deemed that danger, yes, we would offer an invitation.
Okay,
You would,
that's
obviously,
pretty
you would
fair.
not gain necessarily the benefits of the spells, but there are any number of books on subjects. There are books that were taken from the original Archmage back during the darker times of the Brotherhood's history that have been in our possession for over 120 years almost? 150 years?
One more question. If my friend here decides to join your ranks, why does keeping tabs on them prevent them from doing said summon many dragons to destroy a city?
Again, it does not prevent them, as we do not control the individuals. But a known individual is given one of these, and he reaches down into his robe and
You said ascending stone.
sets out a small box, opens it, has 3 items in it. A sending stone, has a small pin, which matches the emblem that is on the back of the robe he was wearing. The only difference on this pin as he rotates it over, as you can see, there is the letter A carved into the back of it. Each one of the pins that we offer to our recruits has their initial carved into the back of it. This way, should we get word that they are abusing said object, we have an item that we are intimately familiar with that we can arrange to teleport based on and remove said object from individual. And the third object is this, and he holds up. We give out really nifty rings. That sets it back in the box.
But Artemis would get to keep the object as long...
So long as it was not abused.
You
Again,
just
we
have somebody another person mind you, Artemis. Yet another person looking over our shoulders.
Well,
You already have people looking over your shoulders. Hmm?
Yes.
We make enemies as we go around and fight evil.
I would rather not be an enemy. That same benefit of having someone looking over your shoulder, should they befriend, makes it
It's
easy
still
to call
really
for help.
creepy, honestly.
Do you also use that associated item to look in on people from far away? Listen in on them?
Not unless we hear reports that it is required or requested from our members. For the most part, we live and let live. Until we have to let not live.
Do you have a contract? I've learned those are very important.
that was kind of the next thing that I was going to segue into.
He sort of looks at the group of you and looks over at you. This is why I hate lawyers. Are you sure this one's not the lawyer?
Well, they're
we did-
very astute, honestly.
Honestly, you should give them more credit. They're very helpful.
We've
I have
never
a- I
had
have a
need of
whole
a contract.
degree.
Everything we do is verbal agreement. Because again, there is only benefits to gain.
With
Not
the
really.
contracts that I normally debate, you're saying the red flag things. It's only benefits. It's verbal. We don't need to get it in writing. Oh my goodness.
We can spy on you at any time we want. Really?
Technically.
What's stopping you from not doing that?
Okay.
What's stopping you from spying on me?
I don't know how to spy on you.
I don't
I know
have
how
an
to spy on
item
you now.
that is linked to you.
I can spy on stuff now.
Technically,
Oh,
I can't
no.
too, but I don't know that yet, really.
Okay. So essentially, if we refuse both of your offers, are we now enemies? Are you going to take it from us forcefully? Is that what's going to happen?
If that is what needs to happen, then I will issue my report. Advise that an incredibly powerful artifact is with a user of unknown scruples and unknown capabilities.
So joining
Scruples
your
are just
little
fine.
I
Group
like that though.
automatically, you know all their scruples?
But of course, joining
Spying all the
shows they
time,
have high
24/7. There we go. Just saying, Art.
I
Artemis
mean,
has
on
your... No, yeah, go. You go.
the scale of worms to Fabio, it feels.
I would say it's a little wormy.
It is a little wormy, but not overly concerningly wormy.
No, it's pretty mid-wormy.
It's pretty mid
Like
worm
3.
Fabio ratio.
Yeah.
Wait, he
It's
leans
better-
over towards Sarah and Rose. what is worms to Fabio?
It's
Is this lawyer
weird
code
thing.
again? I'm rather.
He does have long hair.
Let's not get
I
into it right now.
bet if
Let's
he
just-
undid the braid,
On
that's a
the,
little bit more Fabio.
it
But he's a
feels,
no. So that's
So no, I don't know if he'd stack up to that.
It feels less bad than a couple of the other people that were
I agree.
peeking.
No,
it
man,
is-
yeah, we've had creepier people ask us
It's
to
your
things.
choice. He does kind of gloss over taking it from us like it would just be so simple. I mean,
But
I think
I
it
would still
would be
prefer a
harder
contract as well.
than you think to take it from us, but
I will say this, I'll put it out here that I don't plan on using this item for much of anything once I sort of got a handle on what it was, what it can do. I'm not too keen on using it. It is quite...
What sort of protection can you provide for Artemis? Then?
There we go.
If others are looking for this artifact, maybe, what kind of protection can you place on them?
Wonderful question.
Are you asking what sort of protection we would give your small friend here?
Yeah.
What sort of protection do you think they need? There are 5 of you around them, are you not?
You found us quite easily. Somewhat randomly, too.
Like Feria said, we made enemies.
If someone comes to take the item, and Artemis is a member of your group, is that seen as negligence on our part? Or are you
No,
going
that
to
is seen
step in
again as an attack on the group.
Okay. Okay.
So should Artemis call for aid, the Brotherhood would answer.
Ah.
What constitutes as using the object improperly? You mentioned the dragon creation, but
Sure.
who's to say Artemis just using the object normally could be constituted as using it wrongly, and then you come and take it.
What if the city needs to be destroyed by dragons?
At this point, he now looks directly at you, Murdoch, and just sort of crosses his arms. I'm waiting to hear your thoughts on this one.
They're working on contract debating.
What if the city needs be destroyed by dragons?
You never know. It could be a really, really evil city.
Wouldn't be the strangest thing that's happened to us.
That's also true.
I will say it has other abilities, other than that. Ones that aren't as, how you say, world-altering. If I was to take advantage of those,
So
would that constitute as improper use?
No, the abilities we have concerns with are its abilities that... And he looks at you, Gnome, looks at you, Art, looks at the rest of the group, and then looks back at you, Art, and in Gnomish says, just in case you have not shared everything that this item can do, our only true concern is its ability to summon dragons from within the extended range, bring them to you, and force them to obey your every whim. That could be world-altering, and as such... And he sort of glances at the other 5. I do not believe your 5 friends could handle if you decided to go insane and summon an army of 5 dragons. Although, should you do it in the middle of a mountain where no one else resides, would be amusing to watch.
And it would be, perhaps, my funeral, depending on how careful I was. This is back in Gnomish, but...
Does anyone else speak Gnomish?
Yeah.
Fury is thinking about the other dragon we know about and how he should be concerned about that one instead of our friend here summoning more dragons. Sort of staring off in the distance thinking
Art
about
could
this.
probably help that situation using the order.
Exactly. But she doesn't say that. She's just sort of off thinking as this conversation's happening in Gnomish.
Then backing on. Sorry about that. Sort of arcane users sometimes need to maintain our own. Well, you know.
Well, Artemis, you're a grown-up. You can make the decision.
I mean, I'm only, 25 Gnomish years.
Whatever you do decide, we will back you up with it.
Yes, agreed.
You are that young? And to have such an artifact already?
They're very impressive.
They're a very awesome wizard. We've
They-
been hearing it a lot.
Almost concerningly so. Noel, I do accept your offer. Um, honestly, the aspect of knowledge and spells are of interest, but as well as the knowledge that you just simply want to catalog and keep an eye on these objects, I don't want to have it gone into the wrong hands, and I'd like to think that I'm a pair of right hands to keep this object.
Andy takes the box that he had on the table and slides it over to you. Then reaches in, picks up the pin, and hands you the pin. Just make sure anytime you journey to the tower, you are wearing your pin, as those watching the teleportation circles to enter do get a bit picky if they don't know someone as they arrive. And on the separate note, he goes into an inner pouch and pulls out a small scroll of parchment and unfurls it to show it to you, Art. And it is a sigil drawn onto it. This is the pattern for the teleportation circle within the tower.
Oh,
And hands it to you.
right then.
You can work this in. Are you able to cast the teleportation circle spell as of yet?
Not quite yet, but we're getting there.
Once you are able to cast it, you can just work these sigils into your casting, and you will arrive immediately at the lower levels of the tower.
Fast travel point unlocked.
Alright then.
Tower of the Brotherhood.
They'll tuck the parchment away and then kind of gingerly accept the pin and kind of turn it over and look at it. If I do come into possession of other items of similar world-altering status, I am assuming that perhaps you would like to know of that.
Yes, it would be best if you happen across one that you let us know, rather than us find out the hard way, as that's an uncomfortable conversation for anyone to have.
Right.
But again, should you be using them for the good of the population, there's no need for anything more than the, please let us know this way if we hear word that, some crazy extraplanar individual decides to shred you and steal them, that we are aware what has been stolen.
Right. Will do. Well, that was more amicable than I was thinking it would go. Honestly, this is quite wonderful.
Gives a little nod. And, then he says, you can keep the box, and don't forget to keep the sending stone with you.
Yes.
That way
Right.
you can reach out to us, and then don't forget your ring.
What does the ring look like?
As you're looking down at the ring, it looks to be just a very simple, almost like a steelish silver, almost platinum color, that just has flowing lines going and wrapping around it.
Nifty. Well, thank you. And they'll kind of like pull the box over towards them.
I mean, you're welcome to keep the box should you like.
Of course.
It can be useful. I kept a hamster in mine for a short while.
Oh,
Used to sleep in it.
that's nice.
That's adorable. And they'll kind of stuff the box into their pack and kind of just like look the ring over and then kind of just like pop it on one of their fingers. Well, I believe that kind of concludes things. Nerdoc, I'm sorry that we didn't exactly get to draw up a contract.
I would like it in writing, if that's possible.
How about this? You put it in writing, have your friend reach out, and I will come back.
All right, that I can do. Takes out my little feather quill.
And leans over to Artemis and in Gnomish. Probably be a simulacrum, because I am not going to sit here and deal with this lawyer again, but...
I'm back in Gnomish. I wonder if there's stipulations to that. We'll look it over.
We will take a look. As it says, there's... all is well, so long as everyone behaves.
Of course.
And again, should you need us, you can always reach me.
Right. And they kind of pat their pack.
Gives a little nod and... Suppose I should be off before Toothy there decides to actually start writing that out before I've gotten out of the building.
She does get rather excitable.
And you watch as Noel gets up and walks over to the window and starts sort of just... almost looks like they're trying to peer through a crack in the window. And you watch as this little wisp of silver just... as they vanish.
Huh.
I did not actually think that there would be such a good offer provided. He surprised me.
Less seedy than I thought it was going to be, but I still don't like the idea of it.
The Brotherhood
Yeah.
has a weird history, but they've been good as of late.
I guess I'll be keeping the orbs then. And I can use some of the things about it. That's good.
Their repertoire of knowledge might be useful for us in some of our later goals, though seems like it might only be a you thing. When I write this out, I'm going to see if I can add in and your companions. We'll see how that
Yeah, being able to teleport us, everybody would be helpful. Also, I'm wondering, in the dragon scenario, if you could make a dragon to do good, as in take out an army of bad guys or something.
Oh, the dragon! Hold on. You keep talking.
Oh, yes. Check up on that.
Yeah!
A sending message to check up on who was I?
Delphin.
Right, yes. I will because it's been a while. So I will check in with Delphin. Be like, Delphin, it's Murdoch. We've been away for a bit. Any news? Any news on that dragon to Neverwinter? Hope you're doing well, by the way. Tea sometime.
Little bit of time goes back. You get a response back. Things went. It did attempt to attack. Had some help. Was repelled, but not dead.
It did show up, and they were able to fend it off, but he's still alive. Do we want to know what direction it's gone? You know, I could actually just send to the dragon and be like, "Hey, buddy, how'd it go?"
Are you able to charm people
mean-
over sending?
Unfortunately,
I don't think so.
unfortunately, the range of charm monster is 30 feet. So if I
So when
sent
that
a
dragon
sending
comes down,
spell
it's like-
30 feet away,
Yeah.
yeah. But I could. But yeah, so dragon repelled, not dead. I've got. Actually, I've got 6 more possible sending spells in me now. I've got a lot more spell slots. Do we want to check up on anybody? Or do you want to see how your mom's doing? Do we want to see how your husband's doing?
Oh, I can see how he's doing on my own. And I pull out my sending spell. Not sending spell, stone.
God, everyone's got. How many of
What?
these?
I open up
do
my
you-
jacket.
How does everybody
Kids these
how
days
did
and
we
their
get all
phones.
these?
We need
Furia
to,
looks like that one guy that's in every spy movie. Opens up. You want to buy a watch? And she's just got rows of sending stones.
If any of us fall into the water again, we're all gonna drown. Especially
Or we
Furia.
Or, you know, when our adventuring days are gone, we can have a very nice rock garden.
Really expensive rock garden.
Yeah.
Like those people that put the iPhones in resin.
Oh my.
Yeah.
No, this is Russian roulette. You just jumble them all in a pot, shake them around, and just pick one up.
Great
Hello?
thing
Yeah,
to do
Prince Albert in a can.
when we're all at the house and we're drunk, and yeah, we put them all in a bag and we shake them up, and it's like you have to pick from one hat a phrase to say, a 25-word phrase,
Oh my
and then you pick a
gosh!
rock
New
and
rock.
you just
Who
send
dis?
it to them. One of one of them is like, I just always wanted to tell you, I have feelings for you.
Oh.
I couldn't say it to your face, but I want to meet soon. And you just send it out there.
Yeah, and you'll get the alchemist guy back on the island that's like bony
What?
fingers.
With that mention of like me remembering my sending stone, I'm actually gonna like hobble away from the group and call my hubby.
Oh, okay.
Do I have a character limit? Not
It's
character
25
word
words.
limit? 25, he said?
Yep.
25 words.
Dearest, be careful. Got message. Betrayal possible during meeting. Watch your back. Love you. Miss you. XOXO Gossip Girl.
Got 3 more words?
More kisses.
More kisses.
Uh,
A little bit of time goes by. And a little bit more. Then eventually you get a response back. And it's strange because you're not hearing a voice. It's being projected into your mind. But you still get this strange sort of sensation like they're almost out of breath or stressed in some manner.
Uh-huh.
Said, here now, waiting for you. Please hurry. Betrayal has already happened. Need help soon. And that's it.
Boy! I'm running back to the party. We need to go now.
What?
Why?
We need,
Where?
I messaged Albert, told him about the note we received. Betrayal has already happened. He, I think something bad happened. I think something happened. Something's happening. We have to go help.
We need a rest. We've had a very long day. Fought worms and worm tongue people. We need to spend the night here.
You five can. I'm fine. I don't have magic. I'm Murdoch. I'm fine. I'm fine.
You're
Aren't
obviously
you saying
not.
You're going to go on your own?
I can get a carriage. I can go.
We have a carriage. Why would you need another one?
I didn't want to take the carriage from all of you. Regardless, you all stay here. You rest up. You get your magic in order. I'm going to go.
If he was in trouble, he has one of those stones too. Why didn't he just message you? Why did he wait till you messaged him?
Well, probably because
Good
there's a
point.
battle going on.
You're really not going to be convinced to wait, are you?
No.
Just hold her here. We really need to rest, and we're not going to be any use to back you up if you run off when we don't know where you are.
You don't have to back me up. You know the meeting location. I'm going
One
to go.
thing that you promised us, that you would do this with us, not run off on your own. I believe that was even part of a contract we signed.
Why don't I send him another message and see how urgent it is?
Fine.
Okay? Okay. I have plenty of spells. I'll burn one more. So I'll cast Sending on him and I'll say, heard there's some sort of betrayal? That you need help? We are quite tapped. Do you mean right now? How long can you wait? How urgent? Send that spell.
After a few moments, you get a response back, and again, you get that same sort of feeling, that sort of stress in the message you're receiving. You're on an island. It's not like you could be here now, even if I wanted you. Departing in the morning is fine. Just hurry.
He says, we're on an island. It's going to take us a while to get there anyway. He says departing in the morning is fine. I swear to you, he says that departing in the morning is fine.
Okay.
That'll give us time to, I mean, I know that you don't have magic, but you can make sure that all of your gear is ready. You can make sure that you have your bolts. You can make sure that you have your crossbow, your daggers, your armor. You can be ready and we'll go help him.
Okay.
Okay. Been a long day, everybody. We could all use some shut-eye. We went to one bar and got drinks, then we went to another bar and then got drinks. I'm starting to feel them.
You all drank. I didn't.
Sure. Does
If
anybody...
I go to sleep, do I lose concentration on a spell?
If you're asleep, yes.
Okay.
What do you
I thought you don't sleep.
Well, I would
Oh,
assume
yeah.
trancing would be the same thing because it basically you're sort of shutting down and just zoning out. So,
Right,
when
yeah,
you go to
it's
sleep,
the same effect, it's just
Yeah.
shorter. Yeah,
Yeah, so
Okay.
you would lose concentration on it.
that's what I thought.
Is there something that you want to concentrate on?
Hunter's Mark.
Oh. Yeah.
And I
Because
could
that's
have it
how
up
long?
to
That's 8
24
hours?
hours, but
Oh,
I'd have to
24.
be sleeping, so. That's what I
That's
wanted
right, I
to know.
forgot you put that on that little guy running away.
Yeah, I did. I didn't know where he was, if he was going to go into the city further or fly away like he did.
Okay.
Okay, so as the group is sort of getting ready to head in for the evening, as Artemis is looking at their shiny new pin and new ring.
How many rings are you wearing?
I'm only wearing like this one right now, so I mean, it was pretty.
And then, Rose, as you start trying to get ready for bed and you're watching hallucinogenic blue monkeys fling poo at each other.
Oh my god, I'm so sorry. We never fixed that.
I mean, Rose hasn't really complained about it being a super
Yeah.
problem, so.
Just one of those, you're all watching Rose, and every once in a while, Rose is just sort of like,
We're having the whole like magic contract debate, and she's like, "Finally, I have something entertaining to do while they talk about this stuff. I can just watch the monkeys."
yeah, eventually the group of you head in to get some rest before planning to depart the island first thing in the morning. And that's where we'll call it into tonight's session. As the party is apparently preparing to head to the Warlock's Crypt for a romantic rendezvous between Sarah and her beloved husband. So make sure you tune in next week, folks, as Sarah has been away from her husband for a long time, and this is going to be good. So don't forget, folks, when strange bars are open in the middle of the apocalypse. Remember that old ad from the 90s? Why ask why? Drink but dry. And don't forget to add your proficiency bonus. See you next time, folks.
Now sponsored by.
Right.
No.
Not sponsoring, but we'd love it if you would.